working on our Unit 2 Lesson 9, and there are targets for us to meet. Our learning targets are segmenting and blending syllables, drawing a hook. Wow, it's going to be a very fun and exciting class. So let's get started with sound blending. Just as we did in our last class, we'll practice segmenting with gestures. Do you still remember the gestures? I'm sure you do. You place your hand above your elbow for the first sound. For the second sound, you place your hand in between your elbow. And for the third sound, you place your hand on your wrist. Finally, you slide through your arm to blend the word. So let's practice using these gestures with words. The first word here is like. Let us blend and segment the word. Place your hand above your elbow and say L. Place your hand in between your elbow and say I. Place your hand on your wrist and say K. Then slide through your arm and blend. And it is like. Zoom. Place your hand above your elbow and say Z. Place your hand in between your elbow and say ooh. Place your hand on your wrist and say Then slide through your arm and blend. And it is zoom. Lovely. Place your hand above your elbow and say Place your hand in between your elbow and say oh. Place your hand on your wrist and say tss. Slide through your arm and blend. And it gives nuts. Gives nuts. Coat. Place your hand above your elbow and say k. Place your hand in between your elbow and say oh. Place your hand on your wrist and say tss. Slide through your arm and blend. And it is coat. Gives coats. Place your hand above your elbow and say shh. Place your hand in between your elbow and say A. Place your hand on your wrist and say P. Slide through your arm and blend the word. And the word is shape. Shape. Wonderful. Place your hand above your elbow and say tss. Place your hand in between your elbow and say oh. Place your hand on your wrist and say Slide through your arm and blend. And the word is thumb. Gives thumb. Lovely. Let's go on. Sip. Place your hand above your elbow and say S. Place your hand in between your elbow and say E. Place your hand on your wrist and say P. Slide through your arm and blend. S-E-P. Sip. Lovely. The next word here is kiss. Let's blend and segment the word. Place your hand above your elbow and say K. Place your hand in between your elbow and say E. Place your hand on your wrist and say S. Slide through your arm and blend. And it is kiss. Lovely. Now let's move over to the next segment, mystery pictures. In this segment, I'm going to say the sounds in the word. I want you to blend these sounds to figure out the mystery picture. Let's get started. What is this word? Still using your hand gestures, let's segment and blend. That's right, it is fan. Gives fan. Lovely. What is this word? Ensure you use your hand gestures. Sun. Beautiful. What is this word? Out. That's right, it is mouth. Out. Gives mouth. What is this word? I, v. I, v. Beautiful! It is 5. What is this word? Ensure you still use your hand gestures to segment and blend. Sh, l. Sh, l. It is shell. Good. What is this word? Knife. Knife. Wonderful. What is this word? Moon. Moon. Gives moon. What is this word? Wave. What is this word? Ice. I hope you are using the gestures. Ice gives mice. What is this word? Os. And it is rose. What is this word? Fish. Fish. Beautiful. And what is this word? Still using your hand gestures, blend and segments. Nose. Good job, kids. You did a very nice work. Let's move over to the next segment, adding a sound. A sound can be added to a word to make a new word. Repeat this after me. Lie. Say that. Lie. Now what if we add the sound f to the word lie? What word do you think it would then become? Lie. Wow, that's awesome! It is life. Just by adding the sound f, we turn lie into life. Now, let us add sound to the word lie. Lie, Beautiful! It is lime. Lie, lime. Let's add the sound to the word lie. Say lie. Now say Let's join the sounds together. Line. Good. Now let's add the sound z to the word lie. Lie, z. Beautiful. It is lies. Now say the word lie. Let's add sound ts to the end of the word. Lie, ts. Light. Wonderful. Now say the word say. Say. Let's add sound f to the word say. Say, f. Save. Beautiful. Say the word say. Let's add sound to the end of the word. Say, same. Say the word say. Let's add sound to the end of the word. Say, save. Beautiful. Say the word say. Now let's add sound l to the end of the word. Say l. It gives sail. We turn say into sail. Lovely. Say the word say. Let's add sound to the end of the word. Say say and it is Sane. Beautiful. Alright, kids, it's time to move over to the next segment. It's drawing time. For the next few minutes, we'll practice drawing vertical lines. Point to the top of your chart paper. Point to the bottom of your chart paper. Point to the left of your chart paper. Point to the right. Now point to the middle of your chart paper. This is a hook. A hook is made by drawing a vertical line down and a small cup. It looks a lot like a fish hook. So watch as I show you how to draw a hook. Using my crayon, I draw a vertical line down and a small cup. So let's practice drawing hooks on paper. This takes us to our worksheet. The worksheet we're about to work on shows some fishing lines, but each fishing line is missing its hook. You will add a fishing hook to each line. So get your Unit 2 Core Language Skills workbook and turn over to Lesson 9.1. Just as the instruction says, you are to trace the fishing hooks by giving each fishing line its hook. You will also have to trace your name. You'll be given sheets of paper and you have to trace your name several times. The next worksheet is your take-home worksheet. This also has to do with practicing drawing the hook. Ensure you do this carefully on both pages of Lesson 9.2. Alright, kids, we are able to meet our learning targets, segmenting and blending syllables, drawing a hook. I hope you had a fun time learning. Don't forget to attempt your quiz and do your assignments. Love you, and I'll see you in the next class. Bye!